Hotel workers of Reddit, what is something guests do that gets under your skin the most? As a former bellboy FD and maintenance guy, the cards were always a big one. Besides the fact that they were brass and needed polishing every few hours. Another bad one was finding a turd in our pool. How does someone not mention this? If it was a kid, there should have been an adult there to witness it. It was pretty hard to miss. After the sensationalism about bed bugs several years ago, every middle-aged woman I served was convinced any speck of dust or lint was a bedbug and that they deserved to be upgraded to a suite and a free dinner. Pro tip: look behind the headboards and between the mattresses. You aren't going to walk in and find them just chilling there watching TV. Rooms are treated weekly. Relax. The best worst for me are people who can't use a key card. 9 out of 10 times you are just doing it wrong. Slow down and look at what you are doing. Most places mark the cards very clearly. Don't blow up at the person who comes to help you, or try to get a freebie out of it. To save face, I would usually print up new cards and bring them to the room. Open the door in front of them to prove they work and all was good. For problem guests, I would take their faulty card silently and unlock the door. Look them in the eye and say have a nice day. I worked as a hotel maid way back when. Guests not cleaning up after their fun times, lube, condoms, other stuff. Guests not putting out their room service trays, leading to a tray crisis because no one could figure out where they were. Also so much moldy food. Guests stealing toiletries from my caddy. Guests asking me if I spoke English at a hotel in England. Now this one might sound fair enough, because I had 1 or 2 Polish co-workers who spoke better English than me, to be honest, but it was mostly international guests who would just barge into a room I was cleaning. Not even say hello or excuse me. Just start the conversation with do you speak English? Which leads me on to no pleases or thank you house. Miss, I need another towel. Oh okay, I'll get that for you. Good. I'm going out, leave it on the bed. Yeah, you're freaking welcome mate. And also, coming into a room I was cleaning. If I was in a room that was occupied and I was just doing a general dust, I would always shut the door. For unoccupied ones, I'd prop it open so I could get to the caddy easier, which was apparently an invitation that I wanted a chat, which was really complaining to me about things I have no control over, like the bill. Look pal, I was paid £3.65 an hour for that crap. I don't care if you thought the hotel was overpriced. I'd have to work for 3 full weeks to afford one night at this place. Excuse me if I don't care. No, I can't help the fact that the phone reception in here is bad. What do you want me to do? Build a network tower? F off. Of course, this was only a few guests. Most were usually nice older couples who came to my town for a lovely weekend away. And once there was a medieval themed wedding. And one guy dressed in the full Assassin's Creed getup. It looked better than the costume from the latest film. Former manager here. This is the same for any customer service field. If you have an issue, just come and ask us or tell us about it. There's no need to yell or scream. Our job is to help you. And frankly, we want to help you and get you taken care of as soon as possible so we can go back to screwing around. Screaming at me, if anything, doesn't make me work faster. Doesn't make me want to do anything for you, and there are incredibly few instances that I will actually just comp a room. People fishing for a free room or free things is so goddamn obvious to me. Working in hospitality made me such a petty person that I had to leave, but sometimes things are as simple as, hey, can I have a water? Sure, here have a bag. It has water and some pretzels and a candy bar, as opposed to, that person got a little bag when they checked in. I demand to have a bag. Well, those bags are actually for the members of our H Honors program. If you sign up online, we can enter your number and you can start earning points. In fact, if you go over to our convenient business center, I'll start you off with the blue tier. Just 2 waters. Bag. That's ridiculous. I've never been treated like this and I stay here all the time. Ah well, that's what you've got to do to earn the bag. Also, when did you last stay here? I've worked 6 days a week for the last 3 years and I see nearly every guest that stays here, and I don't think I've seen you before. Oh well. UHH. Maybe it's not this one, it's the one across the street. Ah. Assistant front office manager of a boutique hotel here. Third-party booking sites are the bane of our existence. In order to make any changes to your reservation, you have to speak with their customer service team so they can reach out to us to fix whatever the situation is. It is a big waste of time on everyone's part. You're better off spending the $5 $10 in savings on booking directly through the hotel and cutting out the middleman. You honestly don't save that much money in the long run. We'll get guests who book third party and don't get the hotel room they booked. Here's the thing about third party OTAs. You're not guaranteed the room type you think you're booking. You're only guaranteed a room somewhere in the vicinity of the hotel you are booking at. So I'm sorry that I gave all the good rooms to the guests that are paying more and put you in the room with the blinking streetlight just outside the window, or the room that has the loud HVAC unit. Billing also gets tricky for the guests. They often expect to have a receipt at checkout and we have to explain that their receipt comes from the third-party company, not the hotel. The guests don't often read the additional fees portion of the website either. Then they get mad at my staff when they find out about our hidden fees. I have a binder of printed screenshots of every booking sites page for our hotel where it specifically states the additional fees for our hotel. Desktop site, mobile site, Android app and iOS app. Whenever a guest says it isn't there, I pull the binder and ask why they didn't read the site's booking page where it clearly states the fees. They will argue it 90% of the time and I just review the site with them. If they want to take it to the next level, they won't be doing it with me. I provide them with their specific booking site's customer service team and wish them luck. Whenever the third party's customer service team calls me, I tell them that the fees are specifically written out on the site and we will not be budging on it. It's a huge pain in the tail, and there are plenty of other reasons that third-party booking sites are evil. Just trail over to our Tales from Front Desk and take a look. TLDR. Don't book third party. Do your research and book direct. It will save you from playing phone tag if anything goes awry with your reservation. That subreddit is why I try to not use third party booking. Sometimes I have to because the savings are so great and the hotel won't match it. I work night audit in the occasional day shift at a small hotel that is part of a larger chain. The people that feel that it is my job to clean up their mess when it's my job. We have a pool that always has a buttload of towels that are left on the ground soaking wet. One time I found pizza floating in the pool. We have to close the pool and have it cleaned by the pool guy if there is any contaminates. It really upsets guests when we do, but I am not the one who brought food into the pool area clearly marked no food, no glassware. I could really go on for hours about this topic but I'll just leave my favorite hotel-based subreddit for you to peruse. Arteles from their front desk. The worst I experienced in my years as a housekeeping supervisor was a woman and her kid got into a room that I had just cleaned earlier in the day. She claimed that I didn't change the bedding and that there was literal crap on the comforter. Myself and 2 other managers go with her to the room to see what it was and there was a turd on the edge of the bed, partially smeared. She demanded a free room and threatened us with all kinds of things. The hotel manager gave her a free one, even thought there's no way I could have even put the bed together without touching the poo. The other thing that bugged me was when I'd get blamed for stealing the crap they lost in their room. No, I don't want you husbands watch. And I'd appreciate if you just fricking looked before blaming my housekeepers and I. They would almost always find whatever they had said we stole under the bed skirt. Not a hotel worker, but I cannot stand when I'm a guest at a hotel and someone brings kids who won't stop making too much fricking noise at night. Bonus content. My comment reminded me of a story. My family, was staying in a hotel once and these teens were running around the hotel floor we were staying on like it was on fricking fire. After calling the front desk several times to ask them to tell the teens to stop and nothing happened, I opened my door and said, "Hey, can you stop? People are trying to sleep," which also resulted in nothing happening. So, I had the bright idea to watch for when one of them was running by my door and just flung the door open. Kid face planted into the door and made his nose bleed. My brother lost his crap laughing. They stopped running around after that. I was a hotel engineer at a big hotel company. Most people are okay, but some guests try to break things to earn points, amenities or an upgrade. Once a guest loosed the sink screws and said the sink has fallen in her feet just to get an upgrade to a suite. We knew he faked it, but could not confront him. The most common problem is guests clogging the toilet with shampoo packing or Pringles covers. Then they ask for a Ken fix. which is unable to solve the problem, so they ask for an upgrade. After that we must take the toilet out. We take pictures but are not allowed to confront the guest. We had a blacklist with guests we knew would cause problem. I would love to go through the room with one of those blacklisted guests and test everything out. Okay. Flush. Toilet works. Jiggle, jiggle, sink is secure. Just being generally nasty and sympathetic towards the staff is the thing that gets under my skin. I work at a decently posh hotel, and some of the people who stay with us have their arse so far up their own arse I'm surprised they don't see everything in brown sepia. They complain that we're being rude to them when we can't do something like lower the price of drink for them since they're regulars and as such should be treated better than everyone else. Sometimes it gets to me. I work for minimum wage and barely have enough to scrape by some weeks and you're complaining about the price of a drink when your company is paying for your stay anyway? Frick you big time. When they lie about crap. You promised me room 400. No we didn't. I booked an oceanfront room. No you didn't. That was not the rate I booked. Yes it was. I did not take anything out of the mini bar. Yes you did. I didn't smoke in the room. You can't charge my card. Yes you did. And yes we can. I work for, insert company name here that gets a hotel discount. No you don't. I didn't order those movies. Yes you did. My husband would never have ordered those movies. Yes he did. We can prove you wrong about these things 99.9% of the time. We know more about you than you think. There are also the guests who are just plain stupid. I found chips shoved in between the seat cushions. Do you have kids with you? Yes. They're 3 and 5. Then your kid probably did it. No they didn't. My kids are perfect little angels. I want a refund. When a guest was checking in, he protested when I told him the rate. Can you tell me the rate again? Sure. It was X per night. What? That was not the rate we booked. Okay sir. What was the rate? I'd be happy to honor the rate on your confirmation letter. I don't know. My wife booked it. When the guest checks out at the front desk but decide to go hang out in their room for a few more hours. Guest not flushing toilets, leaving empty bottles everywhere, looking at you. Sports teams who rent out hotel rooms and trash them. Like I'm talking about 250 gallons trash bags full of Gatorade bottles and food from 4 double queen rooms. When someone decides to throw a fricking party in their hotel room and has fricking glitter and decorates the room with it. Do people not know how long it takes to get glitter completely out of a room? When someone decides to not pay the extra $15 for a smoking room and smokes in a non-smoking room. How about when you take a detailed room service order? Me. No condiments for your burger and unsalted fries. Are you sure that's all? Okay. I should have your order to you in about 35 minutes. You deliver their perfect order. On time. Up 16 floors. Making stops on 4 floors for other staff to cram on the elevator with carts of dirty laundry etc. After having to argue with the chef over adding Swiss cheese and needing fresh fries with no salt, because he missed your special instructions in the ticket. Guest suddenly needs ketchup, salt and an extra plate. Me. No problem. Be right back. Ugh. Down 16 floors. Making stops on 3 floors. Speed walking to the supply room for needed items. Nearly knocking over co-workers. Knowing you have another 4 orders on the line near ready. Back up 16 floors. Lucking out with no extra stops on floors. Yippee. Almost in the clear and onto the next. Hiding your panting and perspiration and ketchup stain on your shirt you acquired somewhere between the 8th and 10th floors. Guest, oh, thank you. You have change for $100, right? I know I said I was charging to my room, but I changed my mind. Me. I'll have to go to the lobby for that. Be right back. Son of a bitch, kill me now. Front office worker, reporting in. Been at it for almost 3 years now at a 5-star luxury hotel. Our average rate for a standard room can be around $350 to $400 a night, but you'll find people who somehow squeeze in through agencies like Hotwire or Prisaline at much lower rates. It's these people coming in through OTAs, online travel agencies, who don't confirm their reservation or come very unprepared that bother me the most. They scrimp on the rate, expect everything else to be complimentary, don't tip our workers in the other outlets. Make a reservation for 1 adult in a king room only to show up with 2 adults and 3 kids and proceed to blame us for being sold out on a Saturday and unable to give them a double room at the last minute instead. That last case came to me one day and I jumped through many hoops to get them that double room, all the while doing my best to give them the 5-star treatment. Their comment came back the following week with a rating of 5/10 and they couldn't even remember my name. These third-party sites don't always share the notes you give them. So the lesson for the sake of everyone's sanity is to always call the hotel you will be staying at to confirm whatever specific arrangements you must have if it's that important to you. At our hotel we aren't allowed to change any details to a third-party reservation. At least that's what we say. SHHH, don't tell anyone. I've worked at hotels for more than 4 years now, and something that really annoys me is when a guest tries to take advantage of the hotel. I deal with the complaints of our guests, and while it's true that sometimes we screw up, we always try to compensate our guests accordingly. But every now and then I'll get a guest who'll scream to me in my desk telling me how the front desk agent or the room service attendant was sectarian, rude, called them names, said bad words, pulled a gun to their face and tried to mug them, or any other stupid crap that they think will work to their advantage. B. I know my personnel. I know what they do and what they don't, and I'm most certain they didn't call you a fatus neck, but it might be because if they did they would lose their job. Period. These type of guests will usually begin by saying they are super offended and will post their thoughts at TripAdvisor, Facebook, Twitter, heck even the bathroom wall at the airport to share their bad experiences with as many people they can. And then they will tell you they want free nights. Like B. I've worked here for many years and I already know you're full of crap and I will not give you a free night. I will, however, offer you a sincere apology with my best fake smile and will thank you for your comments. That's it. Like I said, we are not perfect and do screw up sometimes. But when that happens, a professional solution that's beneficial for both parties will be reached. But I will not tolerate little b that think that because their room was missing a pencil or because the room service attendant didn't kiss their freaking feet and offered a BJ while delivering service, they deserve a free night. Freaking drives me nuts. Please, if you stay at hotels, don't do this. You will be seen as a bad client and will likely be blacklisted at as many hotels as we are able to reach. And obviously we will deny you rooms for as long as the hotel exists. I was an operations manager for a few years, and before that worked front desk. I remember having to tell this cunty lady once, my name is Burberry Custardbeth. I'm 24 years old, and I did not break the swimming pool. I also can't fix it. Will you please stop yelling at me? She stormed off. Front desk workers are not responsible for or the cause of maintenance issues. If you're a huge butthole to the person checking you in, if they're anything like me, then they're going to put you in the room closest to the highway or elevator, or maybe under a room where they know there's kids. When you want a room change, well, good luck, because frick you, that's why. Worked 4 years at a hotel, seen every single department there, from housekeeping, restaurant to front office. Wake up calls that don't answer the phone when I had night shift, because then I would have too. People asking dumb questions. Where is the bar? Maybe 3 feet next to you. It has a big shield with bar and it's blasting music. Layover guest. People complaining why they need to give us their credit card info and trying to speak to the manager. The room is really small. No crap, Sherlock. You booked it. People who called in and trying to haggle down the price over the phone, telling me they say it for $20. Then book your imaginary price. No, there's no secret discount. There's no repeat customer discount. There's no first time customer discount. I don't know what other hotels are charging. I can't change Expedia's prices. I don't know what the weather will be like for your stay. I don't know flight times. I know the price was cheaper when you stayed last time. You stayed in our smallest room in the middle of winter and now you're asking about a suite on 4th of July weekend. I can't cancel your reservation at another hotel. Yelling at me won't change the room price. I don't control it. The mini fridge is the size of a small fridge. I don't know how to better describe it. I don't know how busy we will be a year from now. Sure, I can repeat everything 5 more times. $7.50 is not enough for this job. So we have a guy who is hated hotel wide. A collective groan is heard every time he books. Once I accused our restaurant's sous chef of ruining Christmas for announcing this regular's impending return. He's a nice enough guy. That isn't why we don't like him. He's just cheap as frick. We are a 200 plus a night hotel in the international brand chain and he will stay for upwards of 6 months for $99 a night. That alone isn't enough of a gimme. He has way more than enough loyalty points for free breakfast. Still is not enough. He is known for needing his sheets changed on the daily. He and his mostly invisible wife. She is Link Bigfoot. Only grainy, badly processed sightings of her ever occur. Badger the housekeepers for extra towels, soaps, lotions, etc. Daily, he comes down and requests free toothpaste and razors from the front desk agents. Daily, will also bug them about the fax, printer, business center. He gets 2 free breakfasts a day per loyalty points. Eats one at the bar while watching Fox News and takes the other to go for his wife. Running theory as he eats himself later on. We in the restaurant have caught on to never give this guy a big brown to-go bag if we can avoid it. He will take that sucker and fill it with anything not hammered down in the restaurant when nobody is working. We don't have doors separating us from the lobby so he can walk in and collect cereals, milks, yogurts, or whole fruits we had set up got the morning. This guy has become the picture in my mind when I hear Republican. He frequently quizzes me on my opinions on the economy, the progress of the hotel I used to work for, and Obamacare. Usually, I'm wrong but he appreciates I have taken the time to form an opinion, even if I'm wrong. Ugh. One day a banquet server who had never heard of this guy mentioned to me something funny he saw through the windows one day. He went, "What did that old guy even need with so much milk and cereal?" and I knew instantly who that was. We shared a laugh. Book your rooms through some third-party site. A lot of these sites say things like 2 beds. The truth is they count the pull-out couch as a bed to sell the rooms. Then you get to the hotel, go to your room, see 1 bed, and freak the frick out. Ask for a rolling bed to be delivered. In a lot of states it's illegal and against fire code to do so. Then start screaming and acting like a fool towards hotel staff. You know, the people you didn't get the room from. Then start demanding a refund from the people you didn't pay. Usually goes into "Give me your name. You're not helping me. You scammed us. Don't be a moron." I just can't freaking stand the entitlement of some people. My hotel chain has a loyalty program and people will start the conversation with their loyalty level, so I know how big and important they are, and proceed to ask for the moon. And then throw an absolute fit when they can't get it because we're a business and we have to operate in a way that makes sense, not make special exemptions just because you think you're a god. People have literally screamed and cursed at me because they are put in the room type that they booked, because we had no upgrades available. My favorite thing to do is break down for them what they're actually asking for. So you would like me to ask someone else, who booked a larger room, and paid for a larger room, to move out of it and stay in the small room that you booked, because you're such and such elite member? Usually they just shake their heads at me as I point out, politely, that they're acting like entitled douchnozzles. I've had the same situation with people trying to book rooms on sold out nights. "What do you mean there are no rooms available? But I'm a platinum and I'm guaranteed a room." Okay, sure. If you call your special hotline, they'll book it, but please understand when you do this, you're forcing someone else out of a room who already booked it. Or else what do you mean I can't check in at 8 AM? Well, so you're very special to us, but I'm not going to call an occupied room and tell them they must vacate so you can check into your room 7 hours early. Life is rough, I guess. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.